Okay, today I'm going to show you how to get your seed pods ready for our mystery science experiment. The first one we're going to do is the spinner seed pod, and it's the easiest. In your copy you should have these two strips here, just like I do, and you're only going to need one of them. That's why the other one says extra. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut this out on the lines. All the way around the rectangle. And then I'm going to carefully use my scissors to cut these short little lines here. So I'm not going to cut all the way through the strip. I'm only going to cut on the lines that are printed on the paper. And then I'm going to make a loop with it, and I'm going to slide the two cuts into one another, and then leave it so that it kind of looks like a little fish. And now your spinner seed pod is assembled. Next, we're going to do the Rotocopter Seed Pod. And this one looks like it has more than one, but it does not. It has 4 letters, A, B, C, and D, to help us to know which flaps to fold first. So the first step is to cut this one out on the solid lines all the way around like a rectangle. And the next step is to fold on the dotted lines. Oh, I forgot, we have to cut on these other solid lines right here. So I'm gonna cut this solid line between A and B, and I'm also gonna cut on these short solid lines between A and C and B and D. Notice that I am not cutting on the dotted lines. I'm only cutting on these solid lines. Okay, so now the first step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the A flap and I'm gonna fold it toward me on that dotted line. And then I'm gonna take this B flap and I'm gonna fold it away from me on the dotted line. So that way when I'm done, I have kind of a T shape here. The next step is having the letters facing toward me. I'm going to fold the C toward me on the dotted line. And then I'm going to fold D on top of C. Should have a nice T shape here with my A flap toward me and my B flap away from me. Then I'm going to fold the bottom part up, and then I can kind of see this dotted line through the paper. I'm going to fold on that dotted line, and then I'm going to use my paper clip that you got with your 2 pages to clip that bottom piece. And in this seed pod, the paper clip is the seed. So that's how we do our Rotocopter seed pod. And the last seed pod is the glider seed pod, and it looks like this. All right, so the first step for the glider seed pod is to fold this edge closest to me so that this edge lines up with the line on B. So we're gonna, the fold is gonna be on the A line, but this edge is gonna match the line that has the letter B. So I'm gonna fold it, And you can see I can still see half of the letter B. And when I have a really good fold there, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fold it this time to the line for the letter C. And then I'm going to fold it one more time to get to the letter D. And each time I fold, I want to make sure I use a fingernail and crease it really well on that dotted line. Now, your paper should look like mine with half of the letter D showing. Now, we're going to flip it over so that that folded flap is on the bottom. And then we're going to fold the paper in half like this so that we can see the dotted lines again. And we're just going to go corner to corner, and it should be right on that dotted line in the middle there. Then I'm going to fold one side. See, I have two flaps here. I'm going to fold one side on the dotted line as best I can. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want it to be straight. And then that's going to make one wing. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to fold this side on the dotted line. So now I have a glider that has this heavier front and a flat top. And when we're testing this seed pod, you'll want to use this paper clip that was on your Rotocopter Seed Pod on the front of your glider seed pod as well. You'll just clip it right on here, and that is where the seed would be on your glider seed pod as well. I can't wait to see what you do on your Mystery Science experiment.